Hey folks, I'm Brian Paul Reese with WhiteMetalGames, and I'm going to show you how to make textured tiles for your bases or for display boards, terrain. First we're going to need some foam core. I like using the black foam core because you can miss with priming if you're using a dark primer and it won't really matter. The other issue is any aerosol spray paint will eat the foam. So if it's going to eat it, you want it to be black already, you know what I mean? So this kind of has a little bit of a grid on there, if you could already see that. That's it's going to help us when we score the tiles. The other thing you're going to need is a extending blade such as this. These have different names. Everybody has another name for it. I call them box cutters, but you want the blade to extend out like that though. And you want a fresh blade so it doesn't tear the foam. You're going to want a builder square, T square, whatever you want to call it, L square, ruler thing, sure. You want one of those, and you want a parking lot rock. This is probably the most valuable tool I own. I would be really upset if I ever lost this. This is what it's going to look like in the end. This is it's good on bases, or if you're doing like a ruined temple, ruined city. We're going to go ahead and start scoring this. Make basically a grid. I'm going to go with the marks that are already on there. There's little squares that the manufacturer has drawn on here already, so I'll just make it easier on us rather than having to measure. And you don't want to go all the way through. You just want to go through that first piece of poster board. We're not going to do this whole piece. We're just going to do probably a square to show you guys what kind of effects you can get. Now this method works with regular foam as well. It looks a little bit different. Looks more like bricks than tiles. But you can apply this method to pretty much anything with the brick. The scoring helps the pieces separate as you're twisting the rock into it, which I'll show you guys in a second. But you want to make sure you at least get through that first layer of poster board. Whoop. And obviously some mistakes are okay, especially if this is like a ancient ruined temple and they didn't have, modern instruments to build with. There's gonna be a little bit of imperfection, and honestly that makes the piece look a little better. We're almost done with this piece. There we go. So you should be able to bend it on all the scored parts like that. Now for the fun part. This is when it starts to look like actual tiles, like stone tiles. You're gonna want to get your rock. Look for a jagged part of it, like a pointy section of the rock. Let's use that part right there. Now, you press in. You want to press in on the actual scored part, and then just give it a little twist. You kind of just roll the thing all over. And it's twisting the little squares around, kind of getting them not so lined up anymore, making it look cracked and weathered, beat up. And so it looks like that from above, but this is the cool part. When you turn it on its side like that and you're looking at it head on, this looks like some pretty, it could be like a jungled temple and there's roots growing underneath the tiles or something, or just erosion, the soil underneath the temple is soggy and it's all sinking in. And the cool part, if you're doing it on the foam core like this, I'm going to cut all the way through just to get this piece separate. Now say we're putting this on a display board, and say there's a root or something, like say my finger's a root. You just press this over it when you're gluing it down. And it's okay to rip it and everything, but I don't know if you can see that. That would make a really cool texture if we're doing a display board right now. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching the tutorial. If you want to see more tutorials like this for making your miniatures, your terrain, your display boards better, check out WhiteMetalGames.com/video. And until next time, have a good one.